In this example, I'm going to show you how to make a single button on a page that will advance a slide with a mouse click, and that button will be available after a delay. Very similar to the page turning one, but this one just gives us a one advance option. Might be useful for students who exhibit the need for cause and effect options and aren't in a need of a lot of navigation in a PowerPoint show. We have a blank page here. First thing I need to insert, I also want to make sure that my transitions are set up that they don't advance on mouse click. And I'm going to insert a shape, and today it's going to be a square, and I'm going to make that darn thing fill the whole page. With that selected, I can go to animations and make that appear, and I'm going to set up with previous. I'm going to set a duration for about 2 seconds. There we go, and that can be fun. So just for the sake of I'm going to add one more slide here too, just so we have some place to go. And then with this, I also need to insert the action of hyperlinking to the next slide. Okay, let's hold our breath and see how this works. We run, we wait a couple of seconds, the button appears, I click, and we go to the next page. So with that, we also want to make sure that, I mean, this is a pretty obvious button. We can, if I right click on the, oops, here we go, I right click, I can format the shape, and I can play with the fill. I can play with the gradient so that there's a slight color change. Maybe I want to pick red because that's pretty dramatic. You'll be able to see that. So with a transparency of 92%, you can see that view, and I did knock it out of place there for a moment. If I run it again, it'll be a little more apparent that that button appears, and I'm able to advance to the next page. One other option that occasionally happens, and it did happen to me, that when I'm on this page, if I right click and go to my pointer options, I always want to make sure that my arrow options are always visible. That will assist me in making a selection, and sometimes when a student is using a PowerPoint book, you'll rest the cursor somewhere on the page and they'll use an adaptive switch to activate it. And that is how you can add that. And of course, obviously, with our other page gone, you can duplicate that many times. And again, when you get to the end, you will probably want to change that action to either, rather than the next slide, go to the first slide, or end the show, in which case we'll end the show this time. And that's how you can make a PowerPoint book with a single page turning option, but with a delay for students that might have some irregular switch activity.